Hi guys, I'm back. I don't know exactly what happened. My computer the video stopped. So wherever you are now, gently blink your eyes open. If they're closed, we'll start where we left off. Lengthen up through your spine and take a deep inhale. Circle your arms all the way up and overhead. As you exhale, touch your palms, bring them down through your center line. And let's do that 2 more times. Deep inhale, reach your arms up and overhead, grounding through the sits bones as you reach up. And exhale right down through your center line, finding Anjali Mudra. One more inhale, reach your arms all the way up and overhead. And exhale, come back. Take a deep breath. Press your palms evenly, lengthen up through the back of the neck. And now 1 more time, inhale, reach your arms all the way up and overhead. As you exhale, take a gentle forward fold. So you could just keep your hands on the floor in front of you. If you're feeling a little more space, you might walk your hands forward and deepen into your fold, releasing your head down if that's okay with the back of your neck. Take 3 more full breaths here in the center. And just make sure you're not pushing past any sense of resistance. Find your breath, make sure that it's accessible to you. And take 2 more breaths to settle, breathing all the way down into the hips, the low back. We'll take 1 more breath here. On your next inhale, lift your chest, and as you exhale, walk your hands over to the left, just stretching long through the right side of your body. Square off the shoulders by wrapping your right ribs towards your left inner thigh, and then soften through the face, relax your neck, and take 3 deep breaths here. You might even feel those intercostals between your right ribs moving as you accentuate the length through your right side body here. On your next inhale, come back to center, lengthen your spine, and exhale, walk your hands over to the right, stretching through your left side body. You can reach long into those left fingertips just to get a little deeper stretch through the side. Make sure your breath still feels accessible and smooth. And as you inhale, come back to center and exhale, fold forward. Take 1 more breath in the middle there. And as you inhale, walk your hands all the way back in. Scoop your shoulders up, give them a little bit of tension, and then release, let them go. Good, beautiful. Moving into gentle twist, continuing to warm the spine. Inhale, reach your arms up. And we'll move on the breath here. As you exhale, take a twist to the right. And then immediately there on your next inhale, come back up through the center and exhale to the left. Good. Let's do this 1 more time each side. Inhale, back up. You can look up if that feels good. Exhale to the right. Moving on the breath. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale to the left. Good. As you inhale, circle back around. And exhale to the right to pause. So using your right fingertips as a kickstand to lengthen your spine. Notice if you're kind of concaving through the chest, and imagine that you're lifting the center of your chest upwards towards the ceiling. With your next couple of breaths, as you exhale, you might gently rotate and gaze over your right shoulder. Just be mindful that you're not cranking your twist with your neck. So initiating the twist from above the belly button and allowing it to work its way up the spine. Good. Take 1 more deep breath here. And next time you inhale, brings you back to center. Again, you can look up if that feels good. And exhale, take that same twist over to the left. Grounding through both sits bones evenly. Maintaining that sense of stability. that sense of support there. And then finding a little more lift and length up and out of that support. We'll take about 3 more deep breaths. Maybe gaze is gently coming over that left shoulder now. Notice how the breath moves within the shape. Make sure that it's accessible to you. One more deep breath here. And on your next inhale, rise back up, reach up, maybe look up, get a little taller through your sides and spine. And exhale, draw your hands through center again, finding Anjali Mudra, close your eyes down. And just revisit for a moment your dedication in this practice. Dedication to this beautiful planet that we're such a deep part of, and all of nature that we are. Using your breath to deepen into this dedication and the beautiful link between your mind and your body within the wisdom of this practice. And moving forward, gently blink your eyes open. We're going to come up into a tabletop position. So coming to all fours now, just setting aside whatever props you were using to sit yourself up on. As you come onto all fours, finding your tabletop position, spread your fingers nice and wide. Lengthen through the back of the neck and widen across your collarbones here. Lift your abdominal wall. You can have your toes curled under or tops of the feet to the floor, your choice. We'll move through a few cat-cow cycles now, deepening spinal warm-up. As you inhale, lift your chest up, maybe gaze up. As you exhale, dome your spine, look in towards your belly button actively as you press the center of your shoulders towards the ceiling. Inhale, undulating the spine, lift the center of your chest upwards again. As you exhale, round your spine, draw your navel in and up, tuck your chin. Feel that decompression through the back of the neck. And now 2 more. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale to round in. 1 more. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, rounding the spine. As you inhale, come to center. Touch your big toes together. Open your knees into a wide V. And as you exhale, press your hips back into child's pose, Balasana. Reach your fingertips forward. Allow your forehead to relax all the way down to the floor. If bringing your forehead all the way down to the floor doesn't feel accessible this morning, place your forehead either onto your book or your block, maybe a pillow. And we're going to take about 5 breaths in Balasana. You can reach your fingertips towards the top edge of your yoga mat, just feeling a little more activity through your triceps. And as you do this, widen your collarbones. Let your shoulder blades settle onto your back. And over the next 3 breaths, focus on your 3-dimensional breathing. So feeling your breath moving into the front, the back, and the sides of the lungs here. 2 more good deep breaths all the way in and all the way out. And you all know I encourage this position anytime throughout your practice that you feel disconnected from the breath, if you need to be still and turn inward a bit more deeply. Remember, we're not just working physically in the practice, right? Energetically, mentally, emotionally, finding alignment for yourself. Take rest as you need. Good. Take 1 more good deep breath. Fill your lungs. And let it go. And on your next inhale, rise on up into your tabletop position. Curl your toes under if they're not already. Bring your knees about hips distance apart and actively press the floor away from you with your hands. Notice this creates a nice lift up and out of the shoulder joints. Keeping that stability, draw your navel towards your spine, lift your knees, hovering tabletop here. So building some heat, building some strength, stay with the breath. Think about lengthening the back and sides of your neck here. Take one more deep breath in. And now as you exhale, lift your hips up and then send both sits bones back, downward facing dog. So as you find this first downward facing dog, you may want to pedal through your feet a few times. You may want to sway through your hips. Give your head a little nod, making sure that there's no tension in your neck. And then when you're ready, settle into your first downward facing dog. Knees can be bent. Using the strength of your legs, use the strength of your abdominal muscles to lift the weight of your hips up and off of your shoulders. We'll take 2 more deep breaths in downward facing dog. 1 more full breath. Gaze should be between the big toes, maybe towards the heels. And now we're going to move on the breath. As you inhale, come back into that hovering tabletop position. As you exhale, keep your toes curled under. Send both hips back towards your heels, forehead down. Inhale brings you forward. Exhale, lift your knees. Send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward hovering tabletop, long through the back of the neck, knees just hovering above the floor. Exhale, send your hips back towards your heels. 1 more time, a bit more active. Inhale, forward. Exhale, lift your knees, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. As you inhale, roll forward. Exhale, release your knees. Press back to that modified child's pose. Take a full breath here. You may notice your heartbeat is quickened, notice your temperature, and come back to those smooth, steady breaths. We'll take 1 more here. Good. On your next inhale, rise up, find your tabletop position. From here, bring the tops of your feet to the floor, touch your big toes, and open your knees wide into that V shape again. We're going to take a modified thread the needle. Step your left hand forward. As you inhale, reach your right arm up. On your exhale, take your right arm under your left. Bring your shoulder all the way down to the floor. As you release your head, make sure that your neck feels completely supported here. Then extend your left arm forward. If that doesn't feel comfortable, feel free to bend your left elbow, place your hand to the floor to support yourself. We're going to take 3 full breaths in our modified thread the needle here. And feel free to close your eyes down, drop into the breath. Try not to be too distracted by the video, by the computer in front of you or whatever device you're watching on. Take 2 more good deep breaths here and staying connected to your body, to your practice via the movement of your breath within you. We'll take 1 more full breath all the way in and out. No rush, no urgency here. Good. As you inhale, use that left hand, rise back up, open your right arm, lift your chest, lift your gaze if that feels okay. And exhale to release. Come back to center, right over to the other side. As you inhale, lift that left arm up, big open twist there. As you exhale, take that left arm under the right, bring the side of your head down to the floor, and again, make sure that your neck is fully supported and comfortable there. And we'll take just a few breaths here. You should feel a nice release around the outside edge of that left shoulder. There's a bit of a twist here. So as you exhale, make sure you're drawing your navel in towards your low back, just to support your low back curve, accentuating the twist more into the upper part of your spine there. Good. Take one more full breath all the way in and out here. Good, and as you're ready, use your right hand, press and lift. Inhale, left arm up, open twist. And as you exhale, bring that left hand back down. Find your tabletop position. Spread your fingers. Make sure your pointer fingers are facing the top edge of your yoga mat. As you exhale, curl your toes and press back into your downward facing dog. Take a full breath, stretch back, find some length through your sides, through your spine. And now getting a little lighter into your hands, walk your hands all the way back towards your feet. Forward fold at the back of your mat. Grab onto alternate elbows. Let's take a ragdoll fold here. You can put a little bend in your knees if that feels good to you. And maybe sway side to side. Just releasing through the waistline. Let your head go. Maybe give your head a little nod, yes and no. We'll take 2 more deep breaths in our ragdoll fold. Good. 1 more full breath. Spread out your toes. Equalize weight distribution in your feet, front to back and side to side. Good. Releasing your handhold here now. Bend your knees until your palms touch the floor and step your way back into your downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and out. On your inhale, come forward, plank pose. You could always modify plank pose by releasing your knees into your tabletop. We're going to take 2 breaths here. Engage your thigh muscles, hug them onto your thigh bones, press the floor away from you with your hands. 1 more deep breath, lifting your abdominal wall, lengthening through the back of the neck. Good, beautiful. As you exhale, release your knees and come on down to the belly. As you find your belly, bring the tops of your feet to the floor. Step your hands back so they frame your chest. And inhale, come on up into Cobra Pose. We're going to take 3 breaths here. You might lift your hands away from the floor, just gauging that you're really using your back muscles versus pressing into the floor really vigorously. 2 more deep breaths. As you inhale, you might feel your upper abdomen lift from the floor a little bit more. 1 more deep breath. Shoulder heads back and down, neck long with the rest of the spine. Good. As you exhale, release your chin down, curl your toes, press up and back, downward facing dog. Take your time there. Come through knees first as you need. We'll take a deep breath here and let all of that go. Stretch back. As you inhale, look towards your hands. Lift your heels as high as you can. Bend your knees. Exhale, step to the top of your yoga mat. As many steps as you need to get there, guys. Take your time here. Now bring your hands to your ankles. Inhale, half lift, chest forward and up. Draw your navel towards your low back. As you exhale, fold forward. And now again, inhale, half lift. This time, hands to your shins. Equalize the weight in your feet. Navel pulls in and up. Chest reaches forward. As you exhale, fold in again. This time, inhale, half lift, hands to thighs, shoulders back, chest forward, belly button in and up. Good. As you exhale, fold forward. Let your head go. Soften through your facial features. And now bending into your knees, slowly begin to roll up. I want you to let your arms be heavy out in front of you. Tuck your chin as you come up so that the crown of your head lifts very last. And as it does, roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Find a tall spine here in Tadasana, mountain pose. As you find Tadasana, reorienting yourself to standing, spread your toes nice and wide. Equalize the weight in your feet. You might rock forward and back a couple of times just to find that perfect center point. And when you do, ground down there. Again, feeling that connectivity with the solid earth beneath you, feeling that strength, that energy that draws up through your feet into your legs from that point. And then engaging your abdominal muscles again. Navel pulls in and up, shoulders relax down, lift the crown of your head. Engage your arms, reach your fingertips down towards the floor. So as you feel this contraction through your whole body, practice a sense of softness in the breath. Relax your gaze to one point and take 2 more deep breaths into Tadasana. Hug all of those muscles to your bones. Feel your strength, feel your stability here. One more good deep breath. Noticing a balance between your strength and your ability to be soft within that strength. Good. And then let that go. Good. Stepping to the top of your yoga mat. Feet about hips distance apart. Bring your hands to heart center. As you inhale, circle your arms all the way out and up. Ground through your feet as you reach up through your fingertips. Maybe look up. Exhale, hands to center. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands through heart center. One more time. Inhale, arms up. And exhale through heart center, finding Anjali Mudra. We'll add on here. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Look up if that feels good. This time as you exhale, keep your palms touching. Fold forward, hands through Anjali Mudra as you take your forward fold. Now inhale, hands can stay on the floor. Come to your ankles, shins, or thighs. Half lift, chest up. Exhale, fold forward. On your next inhale, step your left foot back. Lower your knee. Now, if you need to cushion that left knee, fold your mat, use a blanket, do what you need to support yourself. And then when you feel stabilized, bring your hands up to that right thigh. Draw your shoulders back so that they stack over your hips. Take a moment to feel into the length, the extension through those left hip flexors. As you breathe, you may gently allow your right sits bones to glide towards the back of that right heel just a little bit more. We're going to take about 3 more breaths. If you're feeling steady and stable, you want to reach your arms overhead as an expression of your dedication in this practice, as an expression of this container to hold your breath in. Then bring your arms overhead and take 3 more deep breaths. So as you bring your arms overhead, make sure you're not scrunching your shoulders up and over your ears here. Good. Take 1 more full breath where you are. I'm going to reorient myself so that I can demo our next posture. Take a deep inhale here. And now on the count of 3 as you exhale, lower your hands. So you're building strength and stability as you bring your hands down. As you exhale, navel towards your spine, lower for 3. Press the floor away from you with that right foot. 2 and 1, coming all the way down. Good. I know you all were there with me. From here, lift that left knee. Draw your right hip back. Take an inhale and imagine that there's a little string gently drawing your chest, your sternum forward. So lots of length through your spine here. So left hand either on a block or the floor. Take a deep inhale. On your exhale, twist right arm up. If that feels like too much, keep your right hand on your thigh. We're going to think more about rotating the right corner of your chest upwards than throwing that right arm back. So if your arm is up, try to align it right over the shoulder, looking up or down. 3 more deep breaths here. Keep your back leg really straight and strong. Press the back of your left knee skyward. 1 more full breath. Good work, guys. As you're ready, bring your right hand down. Take a deep inhale here. We're going to move on the breath. As you exhale, straighten into your right knee any amount, fold forward. Inhale, come back into that right knee bent, lower your left knee. Exhale, left knee up, right knee straightens, fold forward. Inhale, left knee down, chest up. One more time. Exhale, lifting left knee, straighten your front leg and fold. And now inhale, lower your left knee, lift your chest. Good. From here, left hand to the floor, right hand to your thigh, little external rotation. So widen that right foot towards the edge of your yoga mat just a little bit more. Roll to the outer edge of your right foot and try not to collapse into your hip joints there. Think about squeezing your upper inner thighs towards each other, then rotate the right corner of your chest up, maybe right arm up. 2 deep breaths here. Press the floor away from you with that left hand so that you feel a sense of buoyancy, a sense of support up and out of the left shoulder. Okay, guys, take one more full breath. Deep inhale and a deep exhale. Excuse me. Good. From here, releasing all of that, right foot down, right hand down. Lift your left knee and step forward, folding at the top of your mat. Inhale, hands anywhere along your legs. Lift your chest, come halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Now on your inhale, circle your arms all the way back up and overhead. Exhale brings you back to Anjali Mudra. Take a full breath here. You might feel your heart beating gently against your thumbs. You can close your eyes down. One more deep breath, feeling into your balance and stability here. Good. Gently blink your eyes open. Moving on the breath. Other side now. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up and overhead. As you exhale, draw your hands through heart center. 2 more like this. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands through center. Good. One more here. Inhale, arms up. Root down through your feet. Think about Tadasana in your feet. Exhale, bring your hands through center. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, keep your palms touching. Fold forward. Anjali Mudra all the way down. Inhale, hands anywhere along your legs. Half lift. Exhale, fold forward. This time we're going to step right foot back, lower the knee down. If you need to cushion your right knee, do the same thing that you did on the other side. Folding your mat, using a blanket, and then as you're ready, hands up to that left thigh. Draw your shoulders back in space, so lining shoulders over your hips, making that little rectangle shape there. And then think about, as you breathe, allowing that left sits bones to soften towards the back of your front heel. When you're ready, arms up and overhead. If you took that variation and it feels appropriate on this side, now you think about lifting the front and back of your ribs up and off of your pelvis, lengthening both sides of your waistline. 2 more deep breaths here. Anjaneyasana. Good. One more full breath. Take a deep inhale here and stay with me. Count of 3 to lower. For 3, lift your abdominal wall up, building strength here. For 2 and 1, a light landing. Come on down. Nice work. Lift that right knee off of the floor. Take an inhale. Imagine there's a little pulley system to drag your chest forward first. Then on your exhale, left arm up. So remember, you're rotating the left corner of your chest up first, and then your arm follows. That left hand can stay on your thigh as you need. Notice if that left knee is sagging towards the floor. Right knee. If your right knee is sagging towards the floor, press the back of your knees skyward. Engage those quadricep muscles. We'll take 2 more breaths in the twist. Nice work. Come back down, left hand down, right knee down. Take a breath here. And now moving on the breath, deep inhale, lift the chest. As you exhale, right knee up, left knee straightens and folds. Inhale, releasing, right knee down, left knee bends. 2 more, exhale, straighten your left knee and fold. Inhale, back to your starting point. Exhale to fold over your thigh. As you inhale, come back to your low lunge. Left hand up to your thigh. You might take that left foot towards the outer edge of your mat just a touch more. Very gingerly roll to the outer edge of the foot, creating that rotation from your outer hip more than from the knee. Make sure knee feels healthy and wholesome. And then as you're ready, hug those upper inner thighs towards each other, and then lift that left arm. So finding your stability, your support first, and then breathing into deepening. We'll take one more full breath here. Good, and release, bringing that left hand down. From here, lift your right toes off, lift your right knee off of the floor and step forward to fold. Inhale, half lift, chest up. Exhale, fold forward. Good. From here, bring your feet about hips distance apart. Take your hands behind your back. Now either grab alternate wrists or interlace your fingers behind your back. Lift your knuckles towards the ceiling. We'll go for a little chest expansion now. So as you interlace your fingers, lift your knuckles skyward on your inhale. And then as you exhale, don't push or crank your arms over your head. Let your arms gently soften overhead, breath by breath. No push or force there. Take 2 more good deep breaths in your forward fold. Good, 1 more here. Beautiful. As you're ready, release your hand hold. Bend both knees, tuck your chin, and roll up slowly, slowly, slowly to standing. As you roll up, tuck your chin, and lift the crown of your head very last. Roll your shoulders back and down. Come back into Tadasana, finding your mountain pose. Lift all 10 toes, spread them nice and wide. Anchor down into all 4 corners of your feet. Feel the strength of your legs, abdominals, back muscles, and arms. Take 3 breaths in Tadasana. See if you can strike a perfect balance of both strength, whole body activated, and softness. Breath moving deep. 1 more here. Good, beautiful. Release that, let it go. Take a slightly wider stance, so feet a little wider than hips distance apart. Spread out your toes, soften through your facial features here. As you inhale, circle your arms out and up. Good. As you exhale, take your left hand down. Let that left hand slide down the outside of that left leg. Tip out to the left. And make sure that your hips are not shearing in one direction or the other. So if you notice one hip pulling forward or back, see if you can center off your pelvis. And then create that nice articulate side bend. Right arm up and over your ear. Maybe look up. Breathe on down into that right lung. Take 1 more full breath. Good. As you inhale, take that right arm straight up and overhead. Exhale and release. Other side. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, take your right hand. Allow it to slide down your thigh. Notice if that left hip is pulling forward or back. Try to square the hips a bit more. And then as you're ready, maybe looking up as you tip out to the right just a touch more. Ground into the outer edge of that left foot. Find your rooting point there. 1 more deep breath. Good. Inhale back up. And exhale, release. Good. Both arms up. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands through center. Keep your feet as they are. One more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands through center. Beautiful work, yogis. Bring your hands to your hips. Now take a slightly wider stance on your mat. So take a stance so wide, you could even measure off here that if you lift your arms, your wrists stack over your ankles. Good. And then bring your hands back to your hips. Moving into Virabhadrasana 2, turn your right toes forward. Find that nice alignment, right heel to left arch. It's okay if that left hip turns forward a touch. Don't crank on your hips to try to square them off here. This happens over time. As you're ready, bend into your right knee. As you bend into your right knee, really anchor back through that left heel. And then when you're ready, add your arms. Find alignment, collarbones to middle fingers. Good. Hug your triceps onto your upper arm bones and then turn your gaze. So finding that twist through your cervical spine to look over your right hand. Take 2 deep breaths in your Virabhadrasana 2. Lots of strength, lots of focus. Deep, steady breath. Good. One more here. Moving into your reverse warrior. Turn your right palm up. Take an inhale. As you exhale, take your left hand to your thigh. Right arm up and over your ear. Articulate side bend. So there's not a whole lot of back bending here. Just dip straight out to the left. Navel pulls in and up. Don't lose that bend in your front knee. Take one more full breath. Nice work. Inhale through your center line. As you exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Straighten that front knee. Turn your right toes forward. And once again, make sure that the outer edges of your feet are parallel. Now you may want to block for your hands. We're going to move into Prasarita Padottanasana A, wide-legged forward fold. Take an inhale here. Lift the center of your chest up. This is to lengthen your spine. So on your exhale, lead with your chest and fold forward. Keeping the length through your spine all the way down, hands to blocks or floor. Ideally, you're letting the top of your head release towards the floor. If that's not okay with your neck this morning, then just keep your head lifted slightly, but shoulders back and down. Notice if your weight is sinking into your heels. Little micro bend in your knees, 50% of your weight towards the balls of your feet. Hug your thigh muscles onto your thigh bones there. 2 more deep breaths. Good. Take one more breath here. Now on your inhale, come halfway up. Lengthen your spine. Bend your knees. Exhale, hands to hips. Strong legs, strong core. Inhale all the way to stand. Nice work. Turn your left toes forward. Look down. Get a visual as you need. Line that left heel with your right arch. Right toes turn in slightly. Good. Then from there, anchor to the outer edge of your right foot. As you feel the strength point through your right leg, bend that left knee. So you're bending into that left knee from the strength in your right leg all the way to the outer edge of your foot. As you're ready, add your arms. Good. Finding that beautiful alignment, collarbones to middle fingers wide across the chest. Gazing over your left hand, soften your face. Find that drishti point. Eye gaze steady over your left fingers. Breathing here for 2. Draw your navel in and up. You might almost feel as though you're squeezing your heels towards each other. You'll notice that that creates a nice lift and support through your hips as you create this beautiful opening across the front of your pelvis. One more deep breath. And now flipping your left palm. Take your right hand onto your leg. As you inhale, lift up and out of that left hip. As you exhale, take that beautiful side bend straight out to the right. Navel in and up. Don't lose the bend in your front knee. One more deep breath. Feel the strength as you press to the outer edge of your right foot. Good. Inhale through center. Exhale, hands to hips. Straighten your left knee. Turn those left toes forward. We're going to come into a forward fold one more time. We'll add a little bit of twist. So if you need to kind of wiggle out a little bit here, shake your arms out, bend into the knees, do what you need to. And then as you're ready, come back through center. Bring your hands to your hips. And now take an inhale, lift your chest again. Find that length. As you exhale, lead with the chest, fold forward. And then right away, hands to blocks or floor, little bend in your knees. Hug your quadriceps onto your thigh bones. So as you inhale here, draw your chest forward, left hand under your chin. As you exhale, bring your right arm up. Don't worry about that left hip. You can let your left hip drop in here. Don't worry so much about squaring the hips. As you exhale, bring your right hand down. Inhale, left arm up. And now we're just going to move and flow on the breath like this. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, right arm up. Good. Exhale, release. And inhale, lift left arm. Exhale, release. Good. Give your head a little nod, yes and no. Bend into alternate knees, sway the hips. Give your body a little out. And then as you're ready, come through center, heel toe your feet back in again. Just however you need to get there, feet hips distance apart. Now inhale, lift your chest, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold forward. As you inhale, press down, rise up. Reach up through your fingertips. And exhale, come through center. Good. Bring your hands down to your sides. One more standing set here, and we'll make our way to the floor, guys. So take some time, spread your toes out, let them breathe open, wiggle your toes as you need, bend into the knees, sway through the hips. Any wiggles that you need to get out are welcome here. We're going to move into Vrikshasana, tree pose. So standing balance, make sure you have your eye gaze steady on one point. And as you're coming into your Vrikshasana, feel free to find a spot on the wall. Do what you need to support yourself. You're in the comfort of your own home, so you've got all the space that you need. When you're ready there, we'll start with our left leg as our standing leg. Spread your left toes, draw your navel in and up, and then bring your right foot to your ankle, calf, or inner thigh. So you can use that right hand to assist your foot in coming up. And then equally press your foot and your leg into one another. Open that right knee back and square off through the hips. Notice if you're collapsing into that left hip. Lift your trunk and then add your arms as you're ready. Hands can come into prayer. If you want to take your arms wide like branches, reach out wide. And just like you did in Tadasana, feel the earth support beneath that left foot. And then expand upwards and outwards from that point. Take 2 more breaths. Good, beautiful yogis. As you're ready, bring your hands to your hips. Swivel your right knee forward. Now hold for 1, for 2, and for 3. With a sense of control, bring that right foot back to the floor. Give that left leg a little love. Curl your toes. Get a little decompression into the ankle, top of the foot. And then come back and find your center point. As you find your center point, take a full breath. And let it go. Right over to the other side. Spread out your right toes. Ground into that foot, eye gaze steady. As you're ready, left foot, ankle, calf, or inner thigh. So really anywhere along your leg is fine in tree pose. We just prefer not on the knee. We don't want to put any unnecessary pressure on that knee joint. Squeeze your left foot and your leg into one another. Draw your navel in and up. And once you have your stability, hands to heart center. Grow your branches if you're playing. And take 3 more breaths. Root into that right foot. lift and grow up and out from there. Right, so starting with your foundation, feeling your roots and growing up from there. One more full breath. Good work. Bring your hands back through center into your hips if they're lifted. Left knee forward, holding for 3, for 2, and 1. Left foot joins the right. And shake that out. Nice work. Okay, last standing pose, I promise. We're making our way to the floor. So we did a good bit of twisting. We warmed up the spine. We've done a good bit of balancing. So we're going to take a revolve tree pose here. So as you're ready, I'll turn so that you can see how I'm coming into this twist. Spread your left toes as you're ready. Eye gaze steady, and you can watch me first and then come in if you want a visual demo first. Right toes lift, right knee in line with your hip. So just try to make sure that that knee isn't above or below your hip. Nice straight line. And then as you're ready from there, left hand around the knee. You're going to rotate the right corner of your chest open and back. You can stay right there. Gaze forward, gaze to the side. And then if you want to lift your right arm behind you, reach out into your fingertips, ground into that left foot. And then maybe lastly, you're looking towards your right thumb. Mindful that anytime you move your eye gaze, your balance might change. Good. Take one more deep breath, twisting from above the belly button and up the spine. And then just like before, coming out with a sense of control, bring your right foot down to join the left. Shake that out, wiggle if you want to. And we'll switch sides. Spreading into your right toes. As you're ready, lift your left toes. And then right hand to the top of that left thigh, maybe around the knee, your choice. Once you have your stability, root down into your right foot, rotate to the left, maybe gaze over your shoulder and add that left arm. So any of these variations is great, just focusing mostly on the length of your spine and the rotation above your belly button. One more full breath. Good work. Coming back to center and release. Let that go. Shake it out. All right, yogis. So from here, find the top of your yoga mat. And one more time, I ask you to close your eyes down. Take a moment here to revisit your dedication and your practice. Feel the earth beneath your feet. Feel your intrinsic connection to the feeling of your breath moving inside of your body. Celebrate that awareness of your livelihood. And with your eyes closed, take a moment to visualize yourself within nature, right? The trees, the sky, the sun, the animals, all that you are a part of. And from your center point, from your heart space, send some love out in that direction. From within yourself, your connectivity to all, sharing your love with all. Good. Keeping your eyes closed. Inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, touch your palms through your center line and fold forward. Inhale, half lift, chest up. Exhale, fold forward, step your feet back, find your downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths in this downward facing dog here. You might feel a little deeper sense of length through your spine, through your sides. Take one more full breath. And release. Bring your knees to the floor, tops of the feet down. Press back into child's pose. As you find your child's pose, take a deep inhale. As you exhale, walk both hands over to the left. Ground down through your right sits bones as you breathe into your right side body. Take two more slow and steady breaths there. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale, both hands over to the right. Just let your left sits bones melt down towards your heels, getting a good stretch through your side body, the left corner of your low back. Good. Inhale back to center, a full breath in your child's pose. Come on up through your tabletop. Place your feet to one side. Come on down to sit. And welcome back to the floor. As you're ready here, make yourself comfortable. Bring the soles of your feet together. We'll take just a big diamond shape fold here. So soles of the feet touching. Slide your heels forward so you have lots of space between your knees. Hands to your shins, maybe towards your ankles, elbows out past your shins. Let your upper back round so that there's no push or force from your neck or shoulders. Just allowing the weight of your head and torso to create this nice release into the back body and the hips. We'll take about 5 deep breaths here. See if you can slow your breath down mindfully now. Don't worry about what's happening elsewhere. Let your attention ride on the feeling of your inhalation and soften on the feeling of your exhalation. Notice your body's response to your practice and to each breath that you're taking here. One more deep breath. And slowly now, just vertebra by vertebra, roll yourself on up. Shoulders back and down. Hands to the outside of your knees, draw them in. Walk your knees in towards your chest and give yourself a good squeeze here. You can drop your chin in if you like. And then lifting up through your head. You may want to have a blanket with you here, pillow for underneath your head. We're going to make our way onto our backs. So go ahead and lay on down to your back here. And once you're on your backs, draw your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale around your spine, pull your forehead and your knees in towards each other. Compress your abdomen with your thighs. Take one more breath, relax your shoulders. Apanasana. Good, and now exhale, release. As you inhale, extend your arms and legs long. Take a full breath, deep inhale through the nose, and then open your mouth and sigh it away. Good. Draw your knees in towards your chest and catch the outer edges of your feet. Now, if catching the outer edges of your feet makes your hips pop up here, then grab onto your shins or your ankles and take a couple of rocks side to side, finding happy baby in motion here. Just getting a little massage along the low back corners. Good. And then as you're ready, come back through center and take a full breath. Let your knees descend towards your armpits. Sacrum softens towards the floor. Nice, and release. Come on down. If you want to windshield wiper your knees side to side a few times here, you can. You get a little release into your hip flexors. Make sure that you've moved evenly on the right and left side if you're taking those windshield wipers. And as you're ready here, bring the soles of your feet together. Right hand to belly, left hand over your heart space. Close your eyes down. Relax across your chest and shoulders. Soften your eyes into their eye sockets. Relax your mouth. Sense your breath moving into your hands right where you've placed them. I'm going to count you out for 5 breaths here. Now, if I go too fast or too slow, of course, go at your own pace. I'm just going to keep the count for you so that you can fully immerse yourself in the experience of your breath. Exhale where you are, empty your lungs. Slow, thoughtful breath for 1. Deep inhale, feel your belly, ribs, and chest expand. Wait for a smooth and steady exhale to complete. And this is 2. For 3. 4. Maybe a little slower, a little deeper. And 5. Breathing all the way into your capacity. All the way back out. Returning to a natural breath rhythm. Release your breath practice. Let your arms rest to your sides and extend your legs down long in front of you. Cover yourself, make yourself cozy and warm. Moving into Shavasana for your final rest. So in Shavasana, we're moving into the phase that this practice prepares us for. A phase of stillness, of absorption and assimilation of all the benefit and good your practice cultivates, the wisdom of these teachings bring you. So now you can let go of all your work, all your efforts, and all your focus. There is nothing that you have to do here. You've done what you need to. And now the practice will do the rest. So as you feel the support beneath your body, relax all of your muscles and all of your bones. Relax your internal organs. Let your eyes rest back into their eye sockets again. Release your tongue. Relax the weight of your head. Soften your brain. Soften your heart space. Rest easy here in your Shavasana. I'll tell you when it's time to emerge. For now, take refuge in the sacred space of your practice. And now you are in the comfort of your own home. If you're feeling really good where you are and you don't need to be up to do anything, feel free to stay as long as you like, simmering in the sweet space you've created for yourself. And if you're ready to come out, take a few deeper breaths here without any kind of rush or urgency. Be mindful that you're not plucking yourself up and out of that deep rest. And then inviting some gentle movement as it feels appropriate. Fingers, toes moving. You might gently blink your eyes or lick your lips, just moving in sweet, pleasing ways. Eventually, there's a full body stretch awaiting. You can reach your arms overhead. You might feel a bit refreshed, renewed. Enjoy that. And then draw your knees in so that you can easily roll to your right side and cradle yourself on your side for a breath or two, giving yourself ample time to center, to gather yourself together again. Regroup. And as you're ready, make your way up to a comfortable seat. Let your hands rest into your lap. Close your eyes again. A moment of reflection, gathering information, noticing the change in the way that you feel as a result of your practice. Noticing any deeper sense of connection with what you dedicated your practice to, your intrinsic part of nature and of this earth and to one another. And in that, joining your hands together to hold space for gratitude for this interconnectivity that we all share, to honor that space of union that this practice magnifies, cultivates, and celebrates. And I thank you all for joining me here. I hope that I will see you all very soon. Have a blessed day and take good care. Namaste. So I'll be offering various classes online via Eugene Yoga Facebook streaming. Tomorrow, Thursday, I'll be doing a 5:45 really slow candlelit flow, and that'll be immediately followed by a guided meditation from 7 to 7:30. So hopefully I will see you here in the virtual world until we can be together again. Take care, everybody. Mwah.